Slick like Dickens, but you will never catch me slipping. I'm doing dip, running this shit, won't even trip. Body is tight as my fist, tight as my gripping the bar so I can This is God level. 400 by John Skywalker. If you have not listened to anything that he is on all streaming platforms. You will not be disappointed. The man is a lyrical genius. Yes, I said it. We have someone in the room right now. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is Things That People Don't Want to Talk About, brought to you by God Level. That will be me. My name is Renee. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, currently down here right now. I am a mother. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a podcast. I'm a sister. I'm a cousin. I'm an aunt. I'm a friend. I am everything good. John, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
John Nicholson here, aka John Skywalker, the Sly Talker, lyricist, spoken word artist, martial artist, personal trainer, lover of life, student of psychology, and father. Yes, you heard it right. I have 3 albums actually. I have Lightbenders, that is my latest album. Higher Dimensions and Dimensions, available on all streaming platforms. If y'all like positive, conscious, lyrical hip hop, bars, substance, that is me. Go ahead and stream that on your favorite streaming platform. Also, you guys can follow me on Instagram at master.johnskywalker. That's me right there. Again, personal trainer. If you try to get that body right, doesn't matter if it's for summer, doesn't matter if it's next year, at any time, at master.johnskywalker. Reach out to me. Consultation is free. We can go ahead and sketch up a plan for you that aligns with your fitness goals, and we do it practically and realistically. Salute.
Salute. King Newborn, you want to go ahead and represent yourself?
Peace. Formerly known, King Newborn in the building.
Yes.
Find me on all social media platforms at Newborn Everything. And as always, I am.
I am. That's all he says is I am. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get started, I had to take a hiatus for a couple of weeks, and my brothers did the show. Amazing job. Kudos to you both. I love you. Thank you. Bless up. They did wonderful. Oh my God. They did so good last week. Even though I was doing my hiatus, I wanted to jump in, but I was like, nah, let them do their thing. Y'all handled it pretty well. So I guess we can go ahead and get into it. This is Mental Health Awareness Month. For the first couple of weeks, we talked about Black men and mental health. Now we are talking about Black women and mental health. We all posed a question earlier this week. Let me go back to it. Oh, call-in number. I almost forgot about that. Hold on. I'm a little rusty today. Forgive me. All right. 832-318-6966. That is our number if you want to call in and share any type of story related to Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm going to go ahead and post the number.
Mm-hmm.
All right. John, what was that first question we posted?
Oh, yeah. Let me go ahead and pull that up real quick. I was going to actually wait until you posted the number and then I was going to post it.
Okay, because with comments. There it is. All right. Ooh. What was the catalyst that influenced you to take your mental health seriously? I want to thank all the ladies that took out time to answer this question. I'll read some of the comments without name. One lady said, when I found I had been in a relationship with a narcissist, when I found out mental illness runs in my family, when my daughter noticed my depression and it affected her, when I dealt with a guy who brought out the worst in me and he was hard to get rid of. Hey, Mom, how you doing? That's Mom. When I stopped smiling, that was a huge deal. If you know what type of person I am. Hey, Dre, bless up. I grew up knowing that mental health runs in my family. It's always been a serious subject in my household.
Mm,
I sleep a lot, always have, but in recent years, even more. I'm thinking depression, um, but have I always been depressed? Maybe so. I want to show up for life and not sleep through
mm,
it. I posted some stuff on depression. People are going to have different experience. You may not have all the signs and symptoms. Um, I'm not ready to share just yet. But I want to thank everyone. Um, now this is, I don't want to read that one. That one is too deep. No call, no show in all aspects of my life, thinking that removal of myself was the best interest of everyone in everything. That's not the answer. I'm depressed so much that I would disappear, not normal for anyone. So people when they get depressed, they pull back from the world. They stop doing the things that they love. Um, some will even go as far as not taking care of themselves and it will keep themselves up. I'm sorry,
Bless you,
yes.
preach.
little dainty there. Um, they're not as active, they're not as happy. And then some people can hide their depression very well. I ran across a video that was on TikTok. The lady was smiling, dancing, happy. When looking at her, you would never think, welcome back, sis. I missed you the last 2 weeks. Hi, honey. Thank you. When looking at her, you would never think that she was depressed, and she ended up taking her life 12 hours later. Hello, much love, guys. Thank you. So, yeah, people can hold it in and mask it very, very well. Yeah, I want to add to that.
I was just going to read, some of the responses we received this week from that question right here. What was the catalyst that influenced you to take your mental health seriously?
Right.
Um, one says, my children.
Mm.
Another says, being totally okay with social isolation, needing an outlet, but letting a smile be my cover. The buildup without holding, the buildup with holding of emotions, but still continue to work or cater to others. It was very exhausting. A nervous breakdown.
Oh.
My kids and my peace of mind. When I realized I was literally fighting with myself to calm down during a heated altercation, despite me screaming, stop, in my head,
Mm.
and I couldn't.
Mm.
Realizing that my batshit craziness didn't align with my higher self. Also, unnecessary weight gain, hair loss, and chronic pain. I did it for me, and as a result, everyone around me benefits.
Oh, yeah.
My weight. I was eating my emotions, which trickled down into every other aspect of my life. I have a better relationship with food now. Realizing that no matter how good things were going in my day to day life, it always felt like something was off, feeling unbalanced.
Mm.
Another says the death of my mother and my physical health. Um, oh, wow. One said I can't put it on here, but it was serious.
Oh.
Okay. Seeing angry people, not wanting to be like certain individuals.
Wait.
Um, when I experienced anxiety out of the blue and it turned into agoraphobia and regular things I used to do, I had anxiety doing it. About 7 years ago, my son was diagnosed with trichotillomania. It's an anxiety disorder. Um, I knew that I knew then that in order for me to help him, that I needed to help myself. So from that point on, I have been a mental health advocate. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, y'all.
It is.
Uh, let's see.
Yes.
Finding myself dissociating from my son because I couldn't be happy around him. Crying in public when my ex-husband tried to kill me.
Ooh.
Um, the moment I found out I was pregnant. When I tried to run my son's father over with my car. It was in that moment that I thought to myself, when did you become this person?
Mm.
After realizing I didn't have the mental strength to keep shrugging off hurt and pain, it became exhausting to deal with on my own, with my little emotional support, daily anxiety and frustration, feeling stuck. I wanted to feel hopeful and happy again. Yeah, there's more on here. There's more on here, but
Wow. I want to thank all those ladies that shared. I want to thank each and every last one. It is not easy to come out and share your story or tell your story or to even acknowledge, hey, that there is something wrong. And people
mm,
can live in denial for a while. And I'm speaking from experience. So, yeah. Do we want to go to the next question, which was,
wait, Dion, do you have anything to
oh,
comment on regarding the
yeah, hold on. What is her name? Makiba
Makimba?
Ada. Yes, my experience was slash is different. I throw myself into work and trying to please others. I can relate to that. I can definitely relate to that. Thank you for your comment, Miss Ada. If you want to go ahead and call, please feel free to do so. 832-318-6966 is if any lady want to call, go ahead and give us a call. We have a lot of people in the room tonight. If not, drop us a message. But don't hesitate to call.
Share
Appreciate
your
it.
experiences.
Yes, share your experience. King Newborn.
Oh no, I'm okay right now. I want to say first and foremost, welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. And how
Don't
are
don't
you?
make don't make me cry. Um,
How you doing?
I am good. I'm really good. I'm missing two people in my life right now. I miss them dearly.
Allergies.
Yeah,
It is that yeah, it is that time of the season.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Facts.
Thank you, Costello. Yeah, I need some Benadryl right about now.
Boom.
Oh, I missed you too, Mom. Thank you. Oh my God. So yeah, things has been good. Taking it one day at a time. Taking it one
That
day
is
at a
yeah,
time.
that is the
I I,
motto.
I have to find a gym because I didn't got used to walking last week. Not being able to put that to get that mile and a half in kind of is throwing me off. Exercise can be used as a coping mechanism for mental health. It really does make you feel good to get out there and to work out, get that heart rate going. Um, and that's self-care, self-love. Ooh, it's beautiful. And and you feel accomplished when you're done, you know.
Mm.
And every time I got done, John will send me a message because on my iPhone, he could see me out. Renee's finished the workout. Go, Renee. So yeah, the last couple of days, it's been hectic, but tomorrow I have to find me a gym. I do. I
Mm.
need to be able to go and have access to a treadmill, something. I need to be walking. I can't stop. Self love, absolutely, Miss Costello. How come you never call in, sweetheart? Go ahead and call in. Let's see. Do you guys exercise as a means of
I
self
asked
care?
that. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
you
just to the
asked that.
audience.
Oh, yes. Let's. Oh, the comments for that was beautiful. Everyone was so creative. Let me go and find it. Okay. On the coping mechanisms, that was 4 days ago, so I need to come up some. No, I do not have that. What coping mechanisms do you know of that are useful in addressing mental health issues? Whether you use them a lot, oh my God, thank you to everyone who commented. We had 38 comments. Writing, my poetry has always been therapeutic for me. Actual therapy is essential, even though I have not used it myself. I like to look into it further, however. For me, humor gets me to talking, sharing, relieves some anxiety around situations. Most definitely the gym. Mental health is one of the key factors in being happy and having peace within ourselves in order to be the best version of yourself. John, I think I'm reading from your page too as
Yeah,
well.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you have
That's
to definitely pamper your mental health so that you can be a greater asset to others. And more than anything, ourselves, having a good mental health is a plus in all aspects. Um, I love her.
yeah. That's her right there.
That's yeah.
Happy to be here. That's happy to be here. Yeah,
Oh
that's
my God. Jay, I love you. Go girl. Thank you for that comment. Meditation, prayer, therapy, music, and talking with my husband. Absolutely. Having someone to talk to that's close to
mm,
you, that you trust, that is non-judgmental, that you can be able to express yourself. Yeah, that's again non-judgmental. You don't want to be judged because you're that you have going on inside and you're trying to work it out. So having someone to talk to is great. But a therapist, even better. Love you. Blessings. Absolutely. Bless up love. Therapy. Therapy, music, talking to someone that you can confide in, and journaling. Video games for me also.
oh, wow.
Video games. I
Real
haven't.
quick,
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, real quick. Thank you, Miss J, for commenting and joining. Thank you, Miss Sharita, for commenting and joining. But I also
Oh,
want to say we
absolutely.
forgetting something. Even though we're saying, and please feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. Even though we're saying self care, self love, let's also understand that along with self care and self love, take time out to actually listen to yourself.
Oh,
Okay,
mm,
because with your five senses, you need to learn to
mm-hmm,
trust you first. We tend to put a lot of trust in others
mm-hmm,
before we do ourselves.
mm,
And let's not confuse judgment, okay? Judgment with constructive criticism.
mm. Okay.
Sometimes we let that bridge intertwine and we're not understanding that what is being said comes from a concerning, loving place
Mm,
versus a derogatory statement to tear us down.
mm,
I cannot.
mm-hmm,
If you are having an issue here, you're not going to be able to tell the difference.
True.
That
mm-hmm,
is, and I'm speaking from experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is the reason why I don't have two people in my life because instead of taking um, it as help,
mm-hmm,
I looked at it as an attack. So
mm,
you have to be you, and when you're not in your right state of mind, everything around you is going to be off. It's going to be off.
mm-hmm.
I have. Oh, okay, Miss Ada, you want to read that, John? She just
All
left
right.
a long
Yeah, yeah.
comment. Thank you.
All right. So she can't call in, but she said, I will tell you that taking it one day at a time has helped me. Ensuring to cut things off if it disturbs my peace. I've realized that I did 20 years in the military. The entire time I served, I realized that I was simply surviving not thriving. I felt
Mm.
compelled to take my family's burdens, and once their burden is complete or resolved, I was still drowning without anyone to hold my hand and say, "Are you okay?" November last year, I had a cousin that I inadvertently took guardianship over after my grandmother passed away. I was running myself crazy, trying to help this young man, only to allow him to visit his brother for 1 month. 3 weeks into that month, he was shot and killed. Or, yeah, in 3 weeks into that month, he shot and killed his brother who was trying to help me help him,
Mm.
family, who does nothing but broke me down and blaming me for the incident. It took this incident to realize that it is okay to let family be. I've gotten my voice, and my favorite sayings are now no or I'm sorry to hear that, but I will pray for you. I can no longer be disloyal to myself. I
I
matter.
matter.
Ouch. Woo. That last line.
Thank you,
I can no longer be disloyal to myself. Self betrayal happens a lot. Yeah.
L. Smith. Yes, Renee. Thank you. Costello, I always trust God first and edit myself. Self aware and self management goes hand in hand.
Hmm.
But along with that self-aware and self-management,
Hmm.
listening to yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Self
So
monitoring. Yeah.
Self
yeah, so
monitoring,
even
you know.
even when
Oh,
the balance is not necessarily there, and I can't say for all situations because all situations are not the same. All
right.
situations are not the same. But when you can take the time off to acknowledge that, hey, I need help. You know what I'm saying? At that particular point, you have taken back control over you by saying and acknowledging that I need help. You know, now whatever the process may be after that, as long as you have that will and that desire to want to do better and get better, you're definitely gonna win. You definitely gonna
Hmm.
I want to share, but I'm not ready.
Okay.
I
All right,
am.
of course.
I
Oh, we
am.
got
I'm
time.
definitely. Yeah, we have time. I want to
We got
share,
time.
but I'm not ready. Because I can
Podcast
really
ain't going nowhere.
this that
But
I can. The fact that this is Mental Health Awareness Month, this has really hit home for me. It has really hit home for me. I can relate to everything that's being said, almost everything that is being said. So yeah, definitely. Go ahead with some more comments. And
Okay.
ladies, please feel free to call in. Our number has been posted, 832-318-6966. I want to hear somebody. I want to talk to somebody. Go ahead, John.
Okay. Um, let's see. I'm gonna try to pick up from where you left off. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Am I looking at? I think I'm looking at the right. Uh,
Ooh.
okay. Yeah, I was looking at the. All right. Journaling, positive affirmations, prayer, meditation, talking to a trusted friend, sleep, YouTube videos. Being present, journaling, talking to a therapist, music, dancing, walking. I have a dog and a huge collection of indoor plants I love caring for. Um, it's caring for my plants is very comforting. For my mental health, I have to unplug. It's
Mm.
usually political and social issues that give me stress. Sometimes work does too. So I ignore them for days and engage in trash TV. Give in to a good craving without feeling guilty. Living in bliss for a few days resets my mental health. Other ones that I don't use all the time are therapy, journaling, meditation, yoga, and talking to someone who can relate. Let's see. Journaling, exercise, meditation, yoga, music, therapy, taking time off from everyone occasionally, singing. I hear a lot of meditation here.
Yeah,
Meditation and grounding, getting up and writing.
meditation. Yeah, it calms the mind.
Mm,
It really does. I'm sorry, Miss Ivy Tanner. It's funny you say that we should listen to ourselves, but what happens when you aren't
mm.
capable of knowing what your feelings are, how to ask for what you need? That's what I had to learn.
Ooh, call in Ivy. Call in
Call
Ivy.
in, honey. I
Miss Tanner, thank you for the comment. Appreciate you.
man,
Appreciate you.
Um,
I know we went over men's mental health last week, and I see where some of this is, from my comments, some of this where this is stemming from. Uh,
mhm.
let me say for me, for King Newborn, uh, I listened to myself when I started to notice a lot of, I say, chaos from decisions, choices, and execution of my own. So that made me become aware that, something ain't right. And when you recognize that you're the common denominator in a lot of your decisions, choices, and execution, then I ain't doing no point at myself. So even with me not listening to the inner voice, if I look outwardly, I can see my decisions and my choices and my executions. And if I'm not liking what I'm seeing,
I'm sorry. Who am I speaking with?
Hi, this is Ivy Tanner.
Hi, Ivy. Where are you calling
Mm.
from?
Hi, I'm calling from Seattle, Washington.
Oh, we have Seattle,
Ooh.
Washington in the house.
Whoop
Oh
whoop.
my God. I want to thank you for calling in. You want to go ahead and I found that I've been using this word wrong. Is wrong. It's expound. Expound on your comment.
we're going to
You're gonna
expand
be
the channel.
So,
go ahead.
so I have no problems about talking about my mental health journey.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very strange because as Black women, especially as in the community of color, we're not really called upon to speak on it. Like if we did go through something heavy, most of the time it's keep it within the family, keep it to yourself. But I am very, very vocal about my mental health issues because if I hadn't gone through what I had gone through, I would not be here today.
Okay.
And I tell everybody, like, seriously, with sincerity. First thing I had to learn was, I told my story to John when he had asked a question. He had asked a question earlier. He said, "What prompted you into going into taking your mental health seriously?" And I will be completely, totally transparent, just like I was before when he asked the question. I had to take care of my mental health, or otherwise I wouldn't have been on this earth anymore. And it basically it prompted me to say there is nothing else in this world that matters except for my mental health. And baby, when you take that attitude towards it, like literally, I mean, I'm talking like nothing matters. The job, the bills, the kids. Like when you get to that point where you're just like, I'm so down that I have to take care of my mental health. There is nothing else but your mental health. That's what woke me up because I took 6 months. And yes, that's a long time, but I took 6 months and I was like, I must get well. Almost like I was training for a biathlon. I had to train my mind. And the first thing that I learned that I had to look for, honestly, was how do I ask for my needs? What are my needs? Because for so long I had served everyone else around me except for myself. That was the first part to getting well. And I'll tell you, I don't look anything like what I've been through. But because of that struggle and because I seriously trained myself through mental, I mean, like I went through all of the modalities. Because of the fact that I went through that, I'm here today. And in fact, it's also pressed me to learn that my next career is definitely helping people who have been in the same situation that I have. So I just wanted to wait to share that.
I appreciate that. Does anyone have any questions for Miss Ivy Turner?
Mhm.
Did you have any support groups on your journey?
Um, I still have support groups. I'll be honest with you. I did inpatient treatment, and when I did inpatient treatment, it was an extensive program. It was an extensive 30-day program, and I actually went 60 days, and then I did 4 months at an intensive outpatient because, like I said, I was for real about trying to get better. So
Uh-huh.
now I have the place that I went to. I have an alumni support group. I have an online support group. I have a text support group. I have joined support groups through Facebook, through Twitter. I have joined like just local areas where we talk about mental In fact, I'm even part of a community on Facebook that just deals with Black women and mental health, because what people also don't understand is that our struggles are so much different from any other social or cultural group. I mean, it takes a Black woman a lot of times to understand the social implications of what a Black woman is going to go through when dealing with all of that generational trauma, or dealing with all of that our social construct of who we're supposed to quote unquote be as Black women. So I'm in a lot of groups and I participate in all.
Yeah, send me the link, please.
I sure will.
Send me the link.
Sure will. In fact, I have a couple good friends who I was looking for the share button. I could share on my page a couple of friends who are part of the Black Women's Health group in Facebook. Yeah, and I talk to them all the time.
Did you share? Yeah, share the link. Don't. It's okay. It's okay.
I would like to ask her first. Is she friends with John?
Are you friends? Yeah, this is John's friend. She's friends with John.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and John.
You should be able to share that link.
Yeah, you should be able to. You should be able to share it.
Yeah, share that link.
Yeah. John had a question. Do you think Black women struggle to seek mental health treatment?
And if so, why?
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I think, honestly, from what I have seen and understood, is that women, Black women especially, if they seek mental health treatment, they don't speak about it in large groups. Because, of course, like in the Black community, even though it's 2022, there is still a large stigma about, surrounding mental health. Because everybody says, and excuse the way that I'm putting it, but, ain't no white man going to tell me what I don't know about my own health, or not going to tell me about what I need to do with my family growing up. And it's ridiculous. But there are women who seek the therapy, but they just don't go outside of their groups. They don't talk about it.
Oh, wow. And they should, because it will help encourage other people to look at themselves and give them courage to go and get the help that they need. Do you have any advice? Do you have any advice that you would like to give to a Black woman regarding mental health?
For somebody who is starting that journey, the first thing is they might not necessarily be too comfortable with maybe facing things head on directly first. So seek out groups, seek out therapy groups to go to, seek out small groups, seek out, it may be something like, people are very comfortable with church, seek out a church group to speak to first, or seek out, or seek out like community groups such as the YWCA or things of that sort, or just groups first. And then after you, if you feel comfortable speaking in groups, then start to go to a specialized therapist, and then start to dig in a little bit more. Because I realized I've been on this mental health journey for a long time. I started with books because that's what I was comfortable with. As like I said, I didn't want anybody to necessarily judge me for all of my issues, and then I realized that I learned application in those books, and I needed to take it further. And this last time where I was like, okay, I just need to go, like I have to go to save my life, I realized that all of those years, the culmination of every little bit of therapy, it actually worked so well, because it's like I knew the stuff, but I didn't know how to apply it. And learning how to apply it was saving my life. Because you can have all of the intellectual knowledge, but if you don't have the emotional knowledge, and if you don't know how to dig in and feel your feelings, my gosh. I mean, you can say, oh, yeah, well, I know this is toxic X, Y, and Z. Yeah, but do you know how to feel it? Do you know how to get through it and how to move through it? Those are the differences. That's what therapy will gain.
Okay. I have a personal question to ask you. What was your diagnosis?
I was diagnosed with major depressive disorder. I had a little bit of anxiety, and there are other things that I learned that people really don't want to talk about that are also diagnoses, such as, some people, they have like, I don't have borderline personality disorder or anything like that, but I had an addiction to people, which is called codependency. And I I'm still, I don't say that I'm cured from codependency.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that I'm a codependent in recovery because people need to look at their mental issues like it is an addiction, like they're treating drug addiction, or like they're treating alcoholism, or are they like they're treating those things. And that's the way I look at learning how to cure my codependency, or how to get into. I call myself like I'm a what do they call it when you're not drunk anymore? I'm sorry, I'm not relapse. I'm in remission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Oh wow! Congratulations to you. And your treatment was you said inpatient for 30 days and then 4 months outpatient. Did any of that require medication?
It didn't require medication. However, I opted for medication.
Okay.
And I've been on medication before. I'm like I said, I'm very transparent about all of my stuff. Okay. So
Go ahead.
just let you know. So I had postpartum depression with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
When I had my oldest, I didn't know there was postpartum, but when I had my 8-year-old, I learned it was postpartum. They put me on the antidepressants, and I did not like it at all. So I was just like, okay, no, I'm not going to take that. When I finally, now I also had other bouts of depression, but as we do a lot of times, like people were like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and just going to deal with it. I'm not going to take this medication because I don't want people to think, quote unquote, I'm crazy. I was like, I'm not going to do this. However, when I finally got to my inpatient place, they finally found the correct group, the correct type of medication. I'm taking medicine for blood pressure that I didn't even know helped with my ADHD. Like I had no idea. That's how intensive this place was. Like they got me straight. I am so happy. For the first time in my life, I can finally say I have joy, baby. I am happy. Combination. It's a combination of medication, of knowing my skills, and of understanding that I need help and seeking help when I finally do. When I finally do know that I need it, I'm happy. No matter what is going on around me, I'm about to start crying.
Don't cry. Do not cry, please. Send me a friend request.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
Let it out.
Yeah.
Because it took 45 years to get here. Like, for real. And I'm proud of myself. I'm real proud of myself.
Okay. Most people, now this is from John, most people feel shame and guilt expressing their mental illness. How did you develop the courage to tell your mental health story? And Costello just gave you all kudos. Go ahead.
Thank you so much. So I'm not gonna lie to you. At the inpatient place that I went to, they explained to us and they taught us the 8 core emotions and feelings. 2 of those, the first one was shame and the second one was guilt. And people get shame and guilt messed up. Guilt is when you feel for something that maybe you had done. You feel some type of way. You feel afraid of something that you had done. Shame is when you feel bad for who you are. It's when you feel completely wrong for your entire existence. I was feeling guilty and shameful about stuff that wasn't even my fault. I was carrying emotions for other people. And they have this, I'm going to tell you what broke it. They have this exercise that changed the whole game for me. They make you write down, it's called a 10 and 10. You write down 10 of your worst moments in your addiction. And even though I wasn't addicted to drugs, I'm addicted to people, right? And then they have you write down 10 worst moments or the 10 most shameful secrets you ever had. That thing scared the mess out of me. You hear me? It scared the mess out of me. Because when I really got down to thinking about it, I had some stuff I had never wanted to say to anyone. And I had to say it in a group of people. And when I finally wrote it out, and I wrote everything out, and I expressed it in that group, I felt free. I felt so free. There is nothing else, nobody else can tell me about myself that I don't already know about myself.
That's it. Facts.
Because people who I am.
Right.
Because I already let go of the stuff that was shameful. I let go of the stuff, the secrets I was hiding, the stuff I was covering from everybody else. I let it all go.
Ooh.
It's gone. So if anybody got to come to me about anything, that's fine. I already told X, Y, Z. So you can think what you want to think about.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I know about you.
Right. Mm.
Yes, yes,
No
yes,
way.
yes.
You,
Yes, yes, yes.
I'm sorry. Drop me your Cash App. I will just love to buy you lunch tomorrow. Find me on Facebook. My name is Renee Wright. God level. Drop me your Cash App, and I promise. I'm buying you lunch tomorrow. This, please.
You don't have to.
No, I need to. That, honey. That was spur of the moment too. But thank you. Someone is listening to your story right now and is developing enough courage to go seek out help.
Facts.
I hope somebody, I see somebody named J Love. She says that she's taking things one at a time.
One day at a time.
And learning about, and self-love is the best love. I'm going to tell you right now, this is what I didn't know. I was searching for love in every other place except for myself. I was searching love, I searched for God, not knowing that I already had it. I searched for love from people, not understanding that I needed to find it within myself, And when I finally realized that the self-love comes from being real with myself, that letting go of all that shame, letting go of all of that guilt, not carrying anybody else's stuff, understanding that who I am is who I am, and the bad and the good all makes me really thinking human, and it makes me really thinking lovable. And people I don't have to be happy all the time. I don't have to be the mascot all the time. I don't have to make everybody joke all the time. All I have to do is be me, and I am good enough. And I hope that there is somebody out there who is listening right now who can listen and hear me say, let go of all the shame. Tell the shame to somebody, let go of it, and realize that your Venus is what makes you complete. So you have to embrace them too. You have to embrace not just the good, but you have to embrace the bad, because the bad is a part of you that makes you human. All men, all women, we all have duality. So you have to that's it.
Sis said a mouthful.
Bars.
J Love said,
Bars, man.
Green. Oh my God.
Bars. John, let's go back to when
I don't even know what to
I was saying
say
about the word peace, man. Like I say, whether it's negative or positive, yin and yang, it goes together. One can't exist without the other. So I say peace because at the end of the day, I'm not sad nor happy, but I respect both entities. I respect both of them because both of them make my true existence. That's peace, man. I told Renee that. If you can understand it, you can have peace.
Yeah.
You can't.
I'm sorry.
You have to embrace both.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have one without the other.
Man.
My brother told me a long time ago, if you can walk away from understanding from any situation, you win it. That stuck with me for years, just since he told it to me. I was just like, oh, wow. I don't even know what to say, honey. I am just fresh out. But please, like that was the show right there.
Seriously, I'm just glad I could share something. Like I try to tell friends all the time and try to talk to my friends, and they'll say, oh, well, such and such and such has happened. And I'm like, okay, well, my question is can you control that? If you can't control it, let it go. The only thing that you can control is yourself.
That's it.
The only thing in this world you can control is yourself.
That's it.
And as long as you know who yourself is, you're good.
Right. That's it. That is it. Oh my God. Does anybody have any questions for Miss Tanner?
Man, she hitting everything on the head. That's what we've been talking about. That's the things that we already. Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. Once you what they everybody think it's in a book. It's not in a book. When they tell you know thyself. When they say know thyself, man, she just said from taking blood pressure medicine help her have balance, man. Know thyself. Know your triggers, man.
Know your triggers. What you know? What we're going to talk about that.
Man, look,
we're going to talk about that. Oh my God, Miss Tanner,
calling in. Yes, Miss Tanner. I really, I mean, like seriously. And I hope somebody is listening to this, even if you're listening to this in silent and you haven't called in, you haven't commented. But just the fact that you're taking the time out to check us out and hear outside of us three,
Mm-hmm.
somebody in the world that actually has gone through but taken the time to seek help to the point she's
I
not
have to.
ashamed of anything she's been through and she's sharing it with us. Miss Tanner, thank you.
I,
Thank you.
I have to. And here's something else, right? I want to speak about this one thing before I get off the phone, if you guys don't mind.
Go
Especially when
ahead.
it comes to Black women.
Go ahead.
I have multiple. I have multiple issues, but they don't define who I am. I do understand how to work through them. Like when I finally found out, like I always thought when I was I have ADHD, but I don't have the hyperactive kind. I have the inattentive kind. And for Black women, there are so many Black women who are undiagnosed with
Mm-hmm.
inattentive ADHD because for us, we overachieve. We'll listen to people who call us either lazy or flighty or way too artistic, or they'll tell us that we are that we're too much, we're too little, we're too this. And the thing is that once you find out that you've got inattentive ADD and you actually get medicated for it, your whole entire world opens up. In the entire world, I post about this. I make jokes about it on my page a lot, but I'm always posting stuff about ADHD because it's funny. But that's the way that I deal with it. You know what I'm saying? I use it as a crutch. But I post about it because there's a lot of people who feel like, man, I think that you might be onto something. I think I might need to go get checked out. And I'm like, yeah, go check out. Not even just about the fact that you want to conquer the world to get checked out. Just conquer it out. Just check it out because of the fact that there's so much of it that's been going on, and that we struggle, and that we end up feeling depressed and anxious because we don't know what's going on, but we can't equal up to the neurotypical people in the world. So we end up beating ourselves up so much. So I'm going to tell you all of my struggles, everything that I did not realize from the time that I was 13, 14 years old, came from the fact that I was ADHD and did not know. I started on the journey where I would have anxiety and depression and everything else in the military, and that caused me to have PTSD, and then da-da-da-da-da. I'm not going to lie to you, I am medicated for it all. And baby, I can get up in the morning, I can hold my head high, I can love my kids, I can talk to my friends, I can be present, or even if I can't be present, that's okay. I can sit down and be like, all right, I'll message y'all next week. I'll holler. It's just, it's a beautiful thing. And I tell people, man, Black women have got to get into therapy. We have got to stop letting the stigma stop us from doing something that is literally, it's trauma breaking, like generational trauma breaking. So that's all. I promise I'm done. I'm gonna get off the phone.
Oh, we appreciate it. She learned how to set boundaries. Absolutely. Good. Thank you for sharing your story. We really appreciate it. And don't forget to find me on Facebook. I'm buying you lunch tomorrow, honey. I really am. I am buying you lunch tomorrow.
I shared the profile with her, so
Oh, you shared the profile
I
with her?
shared your profile with her, so she better add you.
Yeah, please add me
Yeah.
so I can buy you lunch tomorrow. Please. And thank you for calling in, honey. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All right.
Take care. I'm gonna keep on watching.
Oh, absolutely.
That's all right. Bye.
All right. Speechless.
Mhm.
I'm trying to find the words to describe this woman. Brave,
Mhm.
courageous.
I could describe it.
Go ahead. Humbled.
In a lifetime, in anybody's lifetime, male or female, we always stress how much people outside of us need to change.
Ooh. Ooh. Mhm.
Until we hit that point of saying that, well, I don't need to change. I've been like this all my life and I'm doing good.
Mm.
But until you apply that change that you're looking for outwardly, inwardly,
As bold and brave as she was, I'm not ready.
all I'm saying is, once
I'm
again,
not ready.
I thank Miss Tanner for calling in, first
Oh
and
yeah,
foremost. I appreciate that.
definitely.
But the fact that she wanted change,
Mm-hmm.
understand what I'm saying here?
Oh,
She wanted
I
change.
understand. Yes.
She wanted different.
Mm-hmm.
You're not gonna, man, look, y'all think I be playing. When I say I take time out, you understand what I'm saying? No, I mean, really, really understand what I'm saying. That's why I say when John, you speak, bro, John, you intelligent as a motherfucker. Okay? A lot of I do this in silent. You understand what I'm saying? So when certain people speak,
Mm-hmm.
and when I finish doing that, I look in the mirror. I look in the mirror. Do I stand up to what I just acknowledged?
Oh,
Do I
yeah.
walk that path?
Mm-hmm.
Because it don't make sense. Just like you said, you know of all these different remedies and treatments.
Mm-hmm.
What are you
But are you
applying?
applying them?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, man.
Are
Did you
you
hear a
applying
story?
them?
Did you, man, whoever listened to this, did you hear?
Application, yes. Practice,
You have to apply it.
practice, practice, practice,
And
practice.
it's not an overnight fix, it's an everyday thing. And
No.
you have to take it one day at a time, and sometimes break it even down to one situation at a time. You have to literally stop yourself, stand back, and look at the situation before moving forward. I'm telling you. Whew, powerful message. Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
I think
Oh my
E40
God.
had a song. Uh, uh, I practice looking hard.
Mm.
I practice looking hard. I practice thinking I got it. Everything okay. I don't need
Mm.
like Miss Costello said. I don't need the medication. I got this. Just because you feel you're right, don't necessarily mean that you're right for the situation.
Mm.
It's a lot of us, including myself. There was times up here. Nah, Dion, you're going at that all wrong. You're going at that all wrong. Even if it makes sense to yourself, are you taking in consideration of the effect behind your decisions, your choices, and your
Mm.
executions? You understand what I'm saying? Because however you do it, it's still conversation. You're still interacting, cause and effect, yin yang.
Hmm.
Man, she, man, look.
Yeah, I gotta run Facebook. We just look. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Her
It's
process, though,
yeah,
it's
just that was intense. Her
yeah,
process
it's
was intense. She said, I took 6 months out for me, 1 month in inpatient, 4 months outpatient. And yeah, the medication, oh yeah, the medication is wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. I
But
don't want
let's
to talk about it.
acknowledge it was blood pressure medicine.
Yeah,
Did,
it
did
was
you did you
wild.
hear what I said?
Yeah, blood pressure medicine.
Right. Because
Just,
it helped balance her out.
John.
You understand? It helped balance her out, man.
mm.
She even talked about
We talked
postpartum
about that.
depression.
That was the other aspect too is comorbidity. comorbidity, not just one mental illness. Because even like, and it happens very frequently. It's not like an uncommon thing to be comorbid. If you have PTSD, a lot of the times there's a substance abuse order just tied into it. A lot of mental illnesses are like that. Sometimes you can have a personality disorder, and you can have a psychological or mental disorder. You can have two. And apparently she has multiple.
I just realized something. I feel ashamed a little bit. This woman just came on my show and was very bold and brave about what she has going on. Here it is. I can relate to the topic and everything that we've been talking about, and I have not come forward about what I've been through. Are you freaking kidding me?
That's worth talking about, though, because other Black women are experiencing the same thing.
Yeah, because we feel ashamed. We don't want anything to be wrong or the world to know that something is wrong with us. She was very transparent about what she has going on. And here it is. I'm struggling with the courage just to even admit right here, right now. Brother, what does that mean?
Hey, you really want me to say something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I mean, yeah.
John made a song about it. A month ago, we talked about it. I think the chorus go a little something like, level up, level up,
level up. Yeah.
Your name,
Yes.
your name is God level.
Mm-hmm.
And I have not
even
been
even walk that path
in my highest.
You understand what I'm saying?
Capacity. Yeah.
To even walk that path, you're going to endure something that you ain't never endured before.
Thank you, Josephine Renee Smith. Not everybody is ready to share their mental health issues as openly as others, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm. And that's peace. Yes.
That's peace. Thank you. You know what? Because I'm still, I'm just taking it day by day.
Breath by breath.
Man, 2 weeks ago.
Minute by minute, day by day.
I thank everyone. I thank you too. I thank my sister. I thank Monet. My therapist told me shame keeps us sick. It's the only reason why when you're ready, it'll flow. Don't press it.
Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now let's just take a moment, right, and just look at like that was like a idea. That was just an idea, right? Like really observe that. That was just you, and it was just one idea.
Yeah.
Now, when you're a Black woman experiencing this, how many ideas like that go through a Black woman's mind when she's at work, when she's with her husband, her boyfriend, when she's at church, when she's out at the supermarket, when she's going running, when she's just being herself, just doing what normal Black women do, dancing, going to the club, it doesn't matter.
Right. Out and about.
That thought, does it ever go away?
You don't share with everybody.
Right. But it's there though. The thought is there.
And the thought is there because it's here right now.
Right.
You know, and even though it's here right now, and I'm gonna think about it after the show, like, well, how come I didn't say anything? Well, I didn't want to say anything. I'm gonna go back and forth in my head about this. Tell the truth. Costello. I'm gonna go back and forth with my head about this for the next couple of days.
Now, that is called rumination. And it's something that I've noticed more so in women. Like, men do it, but not to the degree that women do it. When something bothers a woman, it keeps going. I hear it so often from y'all. You can't sleep at night.
That was my alarm.
Oh, okay. You guys can't sleep at night because the thoughts are right there keeping you at night and you listening to them. And there's no checking them. Like, you know they're there. And then sometimes you don't. But it's when you are aware that it's there, the question is, what do you do with that thought? And you just had a support group. Like, just think now, the thought came out and you had an unofficial support group challenge that thought. Now, if Black women had that accountability system, that accountability group where the thought comes out, because what we're saying here is for some Black women, they just don't know how to challenge their own thoughts. It just goes because you just believe it.
Facts.
It's in your mind. It must be true.
And it's not. And it's not. And that's what I'm learning. That's why I say I'm taking it one day at a time, one situation at a time, one moment at a time, one breath at a time. Before I go off on the deep end, I need to take a step back and ask myself some hard questions. John, say that. The thought is always there, but the daily activities sometimes suppress those thoughts. Keep them at bay, so to speak. That's from Josephine Renee and Miss Costello. Tell the truth. Lord have mercy. And Miss Collins, thoughts are just going. Tanner, we ruminate heavy. John, say that. And yes, yeah. When I'm, preach. I'm not ready.
So when you think about it in the context, the bigger context, and I'm saying this all from experience, like I've seen enough of y'all go through. I'm like, dang, this is just. But me being who I am, I'm cool. But I'm thinking about the brothers out there that don't know any better. They're acting ignorantly. They're just like, they just want it to go away. They don't want to really dive in. Like, why do you keep doing this? What's going on? Really peering into that and seeing that, hey, this is a problem. Like, you're going through this in your mind, right? You're running laps in your mind. Just you're losing sleep over this. You're losing peace over this, and then it's gonna sprinkle over. It's gonna cascade into other aspects of your life. Your man over here, he ain't helping. He's supposed to be empathetic to what's going on, but how are we looking at it as men? We're looking at it like, man, this shit crazy. God, man, you always gotta,
due to my mental illness. Once I'm up there and I'm gone and I'm in that manic stage, I'm just running. You're never leveled. You're never level. You're either up or you're down. There is no in between. There is no moment where you can take that all that emotion and set it to the side, because that's how you're moving. You're up or you're down. That's it, for weeks and months at a time. That's it. You can't turn it off. No such thing. And you need help to turn it off. And you need to go see someone to help you turn it off.
Yeah, I was just, John, stay out my head, man.
Ladies, is there a sisterhood?
Do you have a sisterhood?
Do you have a sisterhood? Do you, to support you in your mental health journey? Is there a safe space for you to express yourself? Is there a safe space for you to talk about what's going on with you? Is there a safe space for you to talk to other people that can relate to what you have going on? If so, please tag me in it. Oh, I'm sorry. Tanner said I asked my therapist how to get rid of those ruminating thoughts. The show enough cure is to challenge your thoughts. Just like John said, I do affirmations specifically to target my ruminating thoughts. It works. I joined a sisterhood group on Friday. Please,
Miss Collins,
send me the link to that. I will love to be a part of that.
Do you care to share this
It's a
sisterhood group.
sisterhood. It's a sisterhood group.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what Ivy is pointing to, it's one of my favorite. Actually, it's the favorite therapeutic perspective. It's the cognitive behavioral therapy perspective, or the
I just thought about oh, okay. Backstage.
Mm,
Yes.
you've been linked in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you've been linked in, ain't you? Ain't you, Miss God Level?
I'm gonna sip.
I'm gonna sit with you then.
You
Mm.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm learning so much every day.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
It's been the
telling you.
whole time.
Mm-hmm.
The whole time.
I hate when I have that light bulb moment. You could just see it all over.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful though. It's beautiful.
You can just see it all over my face. Like I just,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know, John, stop,
'Cause I
brothers.
told you,
Hi, Tanner.
make sure I stay on point. I told you they like
But going back to Ivy's point, cognitive behavioral therapy, the challenging your thoughts, that is a major key. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that is a major key. And the reason why this is so important is because, again, if you're thinking about shame, if you're thinking about guilt, and you think about isolating yourself, here you are dealing with these thoughts by yourself. You can't let nobody, oh, they can't know, they can't know, they can't know. Because you're also stressed that if anybody were to find out that you're ruminating and having these thoughts, their perception of you, the stigma, the judgment that comes with that. So now you got this added stress on top of what you're already dealing with, and it's aggravating. It's aggravating, leading to the eventual mental breakdown because it's just recycling. It's just a snowball effect. Black women are dealing with that. No sisterhood, and you're not even challenging your own thoughts. And you challenge your thoughts in several ways. It could be just physical evidence. Something like, I'll never get married, or I'm not good enough. And then but it's so silent, right? Ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. It's very silent. It's very subtle. And you just kind of let it just walk through. It's taking residence in your house. And then next thing you know, it's more than one voice saying something different. But you're not challenging them. And you might even be afraid of your own thoughts. So now you don't want to challenge them because you're afraid of them. This is just with, one scenario. And how it just builds over time, and you're just dealing with this as a Black woman. You're just dealing with this, and there's treatment there for Black women, right? But there's still barriers to treatment for Black women too. But still, there's more resources out here, and I understand for Black women, it's extremely important to find someone that's culturally competent. You want somebody that looks like you, right? You want somebody that looks like you. Go ahead.
In order to implement that change, they have to want it.
I said that in the beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
You have to want to change.
Yes.
In order for the treatment itself to work, you have to want it.
Yeah. Because otherwise, you're not going to respect the process.
You're not going to respect them. No. And baby, when I'm ready, we're gonna hash it out. But when I
left for a lot of it,
society,
they push the narrative on our Black women, independent,
strong
Black woman,
independent, independent. You don't
Like
need
you
no
can't
help.
have
You don't need
moments.
this.
Yeah,
You don't need that. You stand
yeah.
strong because your mother did it, and then your mother did it, and then your mother did it, and then you feel like, well, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna do it by myself because she hating, and this nigga ain't shit. And
I can't do that. When I no, it's okay. It's okay not to be strong every day. I can't do it. And I'm happy I took the step in going. So how do us black men support our sisters on that journey and not be overbearing? Ooh. That is a very good question, Dre. Um, when you say she's on that journey, has she already finally want the change, admitted to herself that something is wrong and seeking out help? Then the best thing for you to do is to be patient with her while she's on this journey. That's it. Compassion. Because she's going to be observing her surroundings and herself simultaneously. That journey is a lot of self awareness.
Mm.
You're going to start to notice things that you've done, and you're like, I really do that. I really do that, and that's not a good thing for me to be doing. I have to give you an example. My line of questioning is always, I'm fishing for something. Because in my mind, there is a thought that something may be going on and that be totally off. So compassion, um, what are you reading? You are speaking life, John. This is from Tanner. Learning how to get uncomfortable enough to want the change is pivotal. Yes.
Mm.
If you're uncomfortable with your process, you are growing. Yeah, I'm uncomfortable right now. I can definitely understand that one. King, you're speaking facts. Yes, the journey. Oh my God. Did I put it at the bottom? I guess I don't know what I'm sorry. I'm still trying to learn how to work this. How do I take it off? That's
that's
good.
good.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. He said when you have noticed it, when you have noticed it. Noticing it is one thing, but actually getting help for it is another. I can say something is wrong all day, but until I go out and seek help for what is wrong, all I'm doing is admitting that something is wrong. You have to go out and get help. If not, you're going to continue being who you are. You're going to continue destroying relationships. You're going to continue to not be your best.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know how to take that off.
It's cool.
There it is.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know I could do that. So yeah.
Learn something new. Yeah.
Every day, yeah. I don't think you have to someone that looks like you,
Sure.
but someone connect with, open up to it. Okay.
I just want to speak on Dre's comment.
Mm-hmm.
How you support a sister
I
through her
take
journey
action.
and not be
Go ahead.
overbearing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, just speaking from a male's point of view, you have to have an attentive ear.
Mm.
Dre, feel me on this, bro. Feel me on this. You have to have an attentive ear and learn to tell your male ego to take a back seat for a second.
Mm.
Because what you're trying to establish versus what she's trying to establish is two different things.
Yeah.
At the moment, yes, it is.
She wants somebody to trust.
Mm.
You want somebody to listen to you to the point that they follow. And neither one of those can happen at the same time.
Ooh.
I'm only saying that because I'm speaking from experience. And and I'm gonna say it plainly, as a male, and I understand the overbearing part because I know I could do that at times.
Yeah.
I get really frustrated with like it's 1 and 1. That's 2. But it's not about my common sense at the moment. It's not
Mhm.
about my understanding at the moment. It's not about my perception at the moment. It's about how she perceives me perceiving her.
Mm.
So at this point, it's best I just shut up, have an attentive ear, and show her that I'm able to support whatever measures, regimen, treatment, whatever. I'm here to support.
Mm.
What?
I like that. Okay.
You got me on. Hold on. Go ahead. I gotta answer this.
Yeah, Miss Tanner. Yeah, it is more ego, but yeah. And you know what, Miss Tanner? I'm gonna ask you this then, because I want to say this because, like I say, the way the narrative is pushed in society for women to constantly be independent, that becomes a part of their ego, as well as the
Ooh.
man is trying to push his ego as to be a leader,
Mm.
protector, provider. And
I'm sorry. Excuse me. Go ahead.
that could be conflicting.
Mm-hmm.
On both parts, that could be real conflicting. But I love the fact, Miss Tanner, that you were being totally transparent. My sister can tell
Very.
you. My sister can contest to when we first met when she came to St. Louis. That was the main thing I said to her. I say that's the only way I know how to be. Total transparent, totally transparent. So that way you get a clear view of who I am. And remember, Renee, when we was talking about this is when you were to find out from other people.
Who you were.
That. Yep.
Yeah. Nothing but good. Nothing but good. Nothing but good
Number
ones.
love. But at
That's
the
it.
same time, though, let's stand clear
Highly,
because of the
look,
brotherhood.
highly respected. Oh, you his sister? Yeah. Okay. You need anything? You good? That love was passed down and shown to me immediately, and I was like,
Facts.
"Oh no, I'm okay. Oh, okay. Well, hey, let Dion know I said what's up." I'm like, "All right, okay.
That part. Yeah,
Right,
that's peace.
yeah." Oh my God, Tanner.
Yeah, that hard journey, man. That
But could I
amazing.
answer that question? How to truly support someone going on that hard journey? It's more ego based than people think. Go right ahead, honey. If you want to call back, because I'm telling you, you want to
Yeah, you
call
can
that?
call back in.
Yeah,
But
you can call back in.
adding to what Dion said, to what
King
It's
Nuvo
Leroy.
peace.
just said.
Yeah, it's peace because
Oh my
bro,
God.
we have
You
hey,
okay,
bro,
brother?
we have a real relationship now, bro. That's love. That's love, bro.
Yeah.
We got a real relationship.
Yes, y'all
That's peace.
do. I ain't gonna lie. I be watching y'all chat in the chat. I be like, what the hell? What's going
But
on?
to also add on to what Newborn was saying in reference to Dre's question, I recognize this as a man personally a long time ago. Oh, there she is. Yeah.
Miss Tanner.
I called back in. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on in, Miss Tanner. Oh no, honey. You are fine, honey.
Let's
Okay,
hear
so
it.
I just wish that I had some people to support me who are my people. when I was going through my journey, right?
Mm.
So to be completely and totally honest, when somebody is going through it, and like when they're going through it, when I say you have to get uncomfortable, uncomfortability is like so key. And it's like I was like ugly girl crying like all the time, like like ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? And I broke down. I felt so down. Like every part of me was broken. And when every part of you is broken, you do some really, really sometimes you can do foul things because you're trying to recreate this person who you didn't even know who was there. You're trying to reconnect with that person who didn't know who was there. So honestly, if you are a Black man or woman and you're trying to support that person of color or that woman who is in your life, the best thing that you can do is just let her go through all the movements. I mean, all of them. I mean, she's going to be angry. She's going to be sad. She's not going to be. There are going to be things that she does that you're just like, why did you even do that? But in order for her to grow to get to that next place, she's going to have to go through all of it. I mean, all of it, all of the brokenness, all of it, because she has to feel. A lot of times as Black people, we're taught to cut off our emotions because, like King said, we have to be strong. We have to do what our moms did. We have to say, oh no, we're just going to show up for everybody else, and we're just going to go ahead and keep the mantle. And everything that we do, it has to be so much strong. We have to feed into that strong Black woman thing. No, we need to be soft. We need to be liquefied. We need to be held together. We need to be gelled at that time when you are healing. You just have to let her go through it. You got to let her you have to let her stop being so strong. You have to take off the strong, and you just got to let her crack. You just have to let her completely crack. And then when she is building herself back up, you let her build. You support her. If that looks like taking the kids out for an afternoon so she can cry all day, do that. If that looks like you have to cook 3 dinners when normally dinner is on the table when you come home at work, that means get in there and make that roast beef. That means that you have to, maybe you even have to iron her clothes. Maybe you even have to bathe her. Sometimes it might be down to that point in order for her to go through it. And I see it, and I'm going to say this. I see so many white families doing this, and I saw so many white families doing this with the people who went through treatment with me. But the thing is because we are so ingrained that if we have to pick it up, we have to pick it up. We don't have time for softness. You have to let somebody be soft. You have to let them break apart in order for them to come back together. If you're going to make the mother of all almonds, baby, you got to let the eggs break. That's all. I'm done. I love y'all. I'm getting off the phone.
No, thank you, Miss
The
Tanner.
metaphor.
Did you send me your cash out?
I want to ask Miss Tanner.
Wait a minute. King Newborn has a question for you, love.
Miss
Yes,
Tanner.
sir.
So, and outside of the support group, did you have a male figure to walk on this journey with?
So you want some real talk? The real talk was not specifically because the male that was supposed to be on my journey with me was broken himself. The male who is supposed to be going on his own journey, he is broken himself, and I was always trying to get him to heal. And and even when I came back, I was like, you need to heal. But the thing is, I realized that nobody does anything unless they are ready for it. Just like Miss Renee was talking about, she was like, I realized that I have some things that I have to share. Don't share those. You're not ready. When you're ready, it's going to flow like water. But when you're not, and when you're forcing it, that means that you're not ready. And that male has to go on his journey. But if he does go on it, fantastic for him. If he doesn't, that's him. But I will tell you what that man did do. While I was breaking, I was allowed to be soft, and I was allowed to pick myself up. I didn't have to rely on him.
Mm.
I had to learn to not rely on him. So when I was broken, them days, when that omelet just needed to be scrambled in that bowl, baby, he was putting them dinners on the table. I was laying in this bed, curled up in a ball, couldn't move, couldn't go nowhere. It just was what it was. And that's how I got stronger. And that's how I realized that it just had to come intrinsically. It didn't have to come from anybody else. But if you have the support, get the support. And if you want to be a support, be a support, because that means that you will be the most amazing person in somebody's life, and you will help somebody live. And that's the most important thing on this earth. It's not getting money. It's not doing none of that stuff. It's helping the next person live a full life. So I am grateful for what he did. Very grateful. I'm grateful for the people who couldn't even understand, for my Black family who couldn't understand what I was going through, but still they was like, you know what, we're going to go ahead and take your daughter for a weekend. You know, the ones who were like, we're going to make sure this dinner is cooked, or we're going to make sure this laundry is washed. And that's what you can do. That's honestly, you just need to let that woman break, and then scramble it together and make an omelet, baby.
Scramble it together, make an omelet.
The metaphor.
Thank you.
Yeah, Miss Tanner, I just want to say I really, Miss Tanner, like seriously, I really do. First of all, I appreciate any and every comment has been made tonight from each and every one of you beautiful queens. I want to say thank you. Miss Tanner, tonight I want to acknowledge you as being a spokesman for those that suffer in silence.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you. Like, seriously, thank you.
Well, you're welcome. I suffered in silence for so long. I was like, I refused to let it happen to anybody else. And when John was like, hey, you need to come to you and call in, I was like, this is me all day. I can talk about this to the cows come home, because it made such a difference. It made such a difference in my life. And I just know that if some other women were actually just like, if they just got to the point where they were just like, hey, let me just start the talk, or let me just start the journey, man, it can feel our community, man. And it's so huge. So I'm gonna always speak on it. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yes. I can't say it enough, Miss Tanner. I can't say it enough because
you have touched King Newborn tonight. You have touched us all.
The build within the process of your journey. The build within the process of your journey is one of the things that keep our community, our culture, men and women, from communicating. This is why we continue to have these broken families.
Yeah. I'm gonna say one more thing, and I promise you I'm done. I promise.
Oh my, you're good.
That was. I promise. I see John laughing. He laughing at me. I'm like, yeah. But you know the biggest thing I learned in therapy? It wasn't about what the world was doing to me. It was what I was doing to myself. When I did not know how to correctly communicate. I didn't know how to talk to people about my feelings. I didn't even know how to identify what I was feeling. I just knew I felt some type of way, and then but I didn't know how to tell somebody this is the way that I'm feeling. So the thing that they taught me, another one of those things, along with the fact that shame keeps us sick, and that's why you got to get out your shame, and and everything comes from within us, and we finally figured out. One of the things that I learned is I learned something called the talking boundary. The talking boundary changed my life. The talking boundary made me understand how to communicate my feelings, what the data was, what I saw, how I feel about something, and how I need for something to be going forward. It shuts everything down. Now that would be a whole another hour show, so I don't want to do that. But I'm just telling you, I learned how to communicate.
Part 2 is next week.
Part 2 is next week.
What was that?
Part 2 is next week.
Listen, I mean, it literally, if you go and you Google the Meadows Behavioral Health, and then type in the talking boundary and learn what that is.
I'm looking at it right now. I literally looked up Talking Boundaries right now.
Mm.
The Meadows, yeah, the meadowsbookstore.com.
Yes, ma'am. It changes life.
I literally looked this up right now.
Wow.
I want
Okay.
this.
I use it on everybody.
That's amazing. I'm looking at it right now. Wow.
It gets through all the confusion, all of it.
Wow.
There's no way anybody can misunderstand what it is that you were saying from using the talking down.
Oh my god.
Just want to point this out. This is why I'm appreciating her.
Yeah.
Resources.
Man. I love it. Thank you.
That's what I was saying, John.
Codependency, recover, spirituality, self-care, healthy relationships, facing love addiction, spirituality. Woo! That's what you also may like. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Talking Boundaries. Sakar, go get it.
Get it. It's a thing. It'll change your life. I promise you. It really will.
Get it.
Okay, I'm done. I'm go back
all right, sweetheart.
Obviously, you got it.
Okay. Bye. Oh my God.
Yo, that's dang. That right there.
Who is this beautiful woman?
Yeah, that's Puff right there. That's Puff.
Her name is Puff.
Well, that you can't call her that. You can't call her that.
Oh,
yeah.
I can't. Okay.
You can't
that's
call
fine.
her. Yeah,
but
that's
fine.
Right
that's fine.
Dang.
Yeah, I went in. Yeah, I went and looked this up. Oh wow. 8 basic emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Resentment, irritation, frustration, apprehension, overwhelmed, threatened, hurt, pity, sad, lonely, happy, elated, hopeful, enthusiasm, desire, zest, affection, tenderness, compassion, warmth, embarrassment, humbled, regretful, contrite, remorseful. Did I say contrite right? Did I say that right?
Contrite?
Yeah, I said it right. You said it right. I did not say it right. I felt all of those. Yes, she can. Oh, yes, she can. She said I can call her Puff.
She shot that fire. She shot that fire. Sure did. Okay.
She said I can call her Puff. I love it. Oh my God. We're at an hour and a half. This was part 1 of Black women and mental health. Just like we did with the men 2 weeks, we're going to do a part 2 for Black women and mental health. Tonight has been a very good show. I want to thank Miss Tanner, which was almost like a special guest tonight, sharing her story on her journey. Okay, that's fine. Have them go ahead and yeah, that's fine. Having her share her journey. I want to thank you for your support. I'm not ready to share mine just yet, and and that's okay. But I did get tired of being who I was and did seek out some help. You have to get tired, sick and tired, and then you have to want to change. So yeah, I'm in that process, and maybe one day we'll sit. I don't know what just happened. He just got booted off.
That's crazy.
You're back. So again, I want to thank everyone for their comments they made on both of the posts that we posted this week. I want to thank all the viewers. I want to thank everyone who commented, and especially Miss Tanner who called in. I'm sorry, Puff. Yes, Love Shine. I don't know how you doing, Love Shine. So yeah, and I promise you, someone's going to watch this, hear her story, and be inspired. Literally. Because that's exactly how it happens. You hear someone be so transparent about what they've been through that it will inspire you. Part 2. Yes, ma'am. Part 2, Nicole. Yeah, it will definitely inspire you. Do you all have anything y'all want to share before we like yay?
Therapy for Black Girls. It's a website. If you guys are looking for a list of Black therapists and you're very specific about that, I do agree with the previous comment from, I think it was Love Sean. I think it was Love Sean. She said you don't have to connect with someone who looks like you, but in case you do, Black Therapy for Girls. There's plenty of therapist directories out there, but I just want to throw that out there. That's the easy one to remember. Therapy for Black Girls. Salute.
Okay.
And thank you to all the queens who commented. We will be coming back next week to do this, so I'm hoping to see y'all again and continue to share your wisdom.
What's going on, King Newborn? Can you hear me?
Room tonight, baby.
Do you have anything you want to add before we head out?
Part 2.
Part 2. That's it?
That's it. Part 2.
All right.
The evil as well as the good, and poor little us are his puppets, and he inflicts evil upon
The
us.
music that you will be hearing in the background belongs to John Skywalker off his third album, Lightbenders. This is Godsend. The testimony is our guide for someone else's release. Go, Nicole.
Facts, Miss Nicole. Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
With that being said, I want to thank you all once again, and we will see you back here next week.
Peace.